Alrighty, boys, welcome back to another Bannerlord update. Today we have two threads and we have two forum threads and we have some dev replies for patch 1.2.0. They talk about the process when it comes to updates and also what is happening with patch 1.2. Alright, so without further ado, let's read about it. Let's see what the devs have to say about it and go from there. So first we have a update thread saying console update or PlayStation and Xbox. Since you guys swear you guys don't understand what I'm saying when I say consoles, even though I say it wrong, use context clues. All right, you guys can figure it out. All right, so a person says, is there any timeline, status, or plan of action for the patch 1.2 to come to console? All right, I understand at this point players are tired of asking the question. So players are answering with be patient, soon, just wait. Yeah, that's kind of, that's what you can do, but what's it called? Mateos, please have some transparency about the process. I love this game and series, but I can't help but be frustrated. All right, I'm going to say a controversial take before we get to the dev response. I'm going to put the dev response on the screen so you guys don't get upset with me. Here's my controversial take. I don't think you should be too frustrated. I understand that people on the forums get kind of very, what's the word for it? I don't want to hurt your feelings too hard, but I'm gonna have to give you the hard truth real quick. Very emotional, very dramatic about something as I don't know if mediocre is the word. Something as little as a game release or as an update. If it takes a little bit longer, it's not the end of your life. It's not something that should hold space in your head of anger. I'm being honest with you, And I'm gonna say one other thing because I know everyone says I'm a Tailworlds shill or I work on the dev team. Well, let me put a spin on it because I don't think the devs will do this, but let me do it real quick. All right. But by the way, I don't actually get paid. If you actually believe that, well, I'm sorry to say I am not currently employed. But what I'm trying to say is there's other games out there. If you're really a gaming fan, a gaming enjoyer, there's a lot of other games out there. Baldur's Gate 3, kind of fire. Not gonna lie to you. Starfield, kind of mid. Still playing it though. So yeah, there's other games that you can kind of like fill that space in while this update takes a little bit longer than usual. I'm just saying. I know that's gonna hurt some people's feelings, but it's not that big of a deal. And sometimes stuff takes a little bit longer. Now, if this was some medicine you were waiting for in the mail and you were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's going to take longer than usual, that makes sense. That is an issue. Or, just any item that's like of, significant importance to your health, to your well-being, that makes sense. But, I see a lot of people in the forums, and I'm not saying it's this guy only. I'm not just, circling him out. But there's just a lot of people in the forums that just have this, what's the word for it? Is a nihilistic view, just kind of this very negative and very emotional kind of view on updates, and it's just like making it seem like it's always the end of the world every single update cycle, because I've been in every single update cycle since literally the beta started, and it's just like I've seen all this happen every single update, and it's just like holy, it's gonna be okay. All right, let's go what the devs have to say. Okay. So what's it called? This developer says he quoted the first person saying transparency about the process, and here goes the process. So he says our release process comes down to the following. First, complete required content for the release. Makes sense. Second, pass baseline internal check. Okay, so once they add the stuff, then they have to do a check to see if it works. Then they release the beta. Then, once that is done, they resolve issues that are already known or identified at that point internally or by the community. So whenever they release the beta, they give it a couple days, even just one day sometimes, and they see what the players have to say, what the community has to say, and see what issues are there. Then they complete other cross-platform release requirements, localization, release check, and certification. Okay, and then after that, they do the full cross-platform release to live. And what that last part means right over here, the full cross-platform release live, that is when everyone will be able to play it. When it goes to beta in step 3, that is when people on Steam can only play it, because unfortunately Steam is the only platform, even though it's 2023, people need to start catching up here. You guys make plenty of money, you know, Sony, Microsoft, you guys make plenty of money here. You know, they don't have multiple slots for the game. Like Steam has multiple slots for the game where the devs can put, you know, this part, I mean, this version of the game is the beta, this version of the game is the live. Unfortunately, on every other platform, they're like, hey, you can only upload one version of the game. And the reason the devs choose to upload the live version instead of the beta version is because the beta has more bugs. And people don't like playing with bugs. So they try to do the more cleaned up version to go onto the other platforms where players don't have a choice between beta and live. Hopefully that kind of explains it. With 1.2.x, we opted for an earlier beta release, as that allows us to collect and respond to a broader range of community feedback rather than just critical items. Think balance tweaks versus crash fixes. Currently, we still have outstanding known issues we want to resolve, and we will likely take further steps on the identification front, as well as multiplayer test events with the community, like for example. Okay. In other words, the release to live, including consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, may appear to take longer time than usual, but most of that currently comes down to the earlier public release. Personally, I hope we will continue to go for a comparatively earlier beta release. Okay, so what he's saying, this is what they're saying. If you choose to believe this or not, you know what I mean? I know everyone's going to become a skeptic all of a sudden, but I take it in good faith because, you know, it's not that big of a deal either way, to be honest with you. Like I said before, what the devs are saying here is, what's it called? Since they released this beta kind of, you know, quicker than they usually do, they didn't let it kind of sit there and get more testing. So therefore, there's a lot more issues that they have to deal with. So it's going to take a lot more time. And what he's saying is, what's it called? He hopes that they continue doing it this way so they can get a lot of more issues fixed, a lot more issues identified, because they will have a lot more time for the beta guys, the beta guys, that's funny. But for the what's it called? The guys who play on beta, or, you know, guys or girls, the players who play on beta, what's it called? Just bear with me. It's like 8 a.m. here and I still haven't slept. But the beta players, it gives them a lot more time to test the game, see what the problems are, and then resolve those problems. Okay, so pretty much what he's saying is the long drawn out time between beta and move to live is actually good on the development side, even though for the players it might not be great. There it is. Next we have this thread right over here. So first we have some players saying there's some good movement on Steam, SteamDB. By the way, you guys have seen that Instagram video where there's like the old guy and he's like, "What's all that movement back there? What's all that movement back there?" Listen, if you know, you know. If you don't know, YouTube it. It's a pretty funny clip. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But it looks like there is some movement on SteamDB. What can it be? Is it the patch 1.2 going to live? No, I don't think so. Because of what he stated right over here, right? But let's see what the community manager has to say. So the community manager says, he quotes this person saying, "Are there still blocker issues that are stopping the release of the new patch to live?" Okay, that's the question from the community. And the community manager says, "Still working on bringing beta to live, and yeah, we have outstanding issues to resolve. Regardless of those, we're planning to organize at least one more multiplayer test on beta soon-ish. Possibly with new multiplayer balance changes that we're hoping to get your feedback on. So if that interests you, keep an eye on the forums." Apart from that, which is the other dev that we just talked about, this right over here, and he's referencing this post as well. Mentioned in the other post, in the other thread, still very much holds true. We need to complete the whole process, and we're not there yet. There it is. Then we have another person saying, "Dang, it sounds that the patch won't be released this week. What a shame. Thanks for letting us know anyways." There it is. And the community manager response says, "Yeah, without setting or failing too many expectations, it could be a little while longer. Appreciate everyone's patience on us getting this to you. I understand everyone on console is super eager to play it with the cheats and the improved support for controllers, which we included in the dev update video. That was a fun experience. Turns out it's not as simple of a task to record someone play on a controller as I thought. There it is. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, we have one more post. Sorry about that. Then we have another person saying, "Could I ask what the blocker issues are? I'm just curious, and I assume there shouldn't be any issues with you sharing it with us." Okay, and well, no, there probably is an issue with sharing. I'll be honest with you. They're like a corporation, right? Isn't that like the code and all that stuff? I'm not no big city lawyer. I have no clue. I'll be honest with you, but they might be under an NDA. I think. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I know companies usually are very strict about that stuff. But the community manager states, "We don't normally share remaining blocker issues with you. Personally, I don't feel that would work out for a number of reasons, but to mention one, new blockers, not specifically only crashes, bugs, and game changes can arise at certain points of the process, internal tests, community reports, leading to false expectations in regards to an ETA on the patch release. But I'm happy to check on any specific issues you might have." Alrighty, so if you don't know what he pretty much said, he pretty much said that, hey, if we give you what the issues are, you might think that, oh, since it's this type of issue, it might not take as long or this and that, and then it might put a false expectation into your head about when the patch will come out. And as the devs have stated pretty much over like the past 2 years now, through development, they don't want to give you a false ETA on the patch release, because they've done it in the past, and literally the forums were like on fire when they didn't meet that release dates, even though they did communicate saying, hey, we're still working on stuff. People didn't take it too great, and that is why it is now on my shoulders to give you the ETA. All right, and I'm gonna let you know right now, as I'm gonna state before, my ETAs are based on just what I think is going to happen. Okay. But what it looks like here, because I know I've stated in the past, I know someone's going to bring it up probably in the comments, of, oh, you said it's going to take about a month for this to get to go to live and stuff like that. Based on my prior knowledge of prior beta to live releases, it usually took about a month to two, 1 month to two for it to go from beta to live. That's why I made that prediction. Now, unfortunately, it is taking longer, which I also did state in the video, but it is what it is. So my new prediction is, I'll be honest with you, I have no clue. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, okay? It looks like the devs kind of enjoy kind of the longer cycle, like I stated, from beta to live. Not enjoy, but it's probably easier for them in development to have that longer cycle, to have that, to have more feedback from the beta, the beta players, and also, all the testing that they do in between that. It looks like they like this, process a little bit better than the other one. So it is what it is. I know the players don't like it, but what can I say? Like I said before, I think it's not the biggest deal. If stuff gets a little bit delayed, I know it's unfortunate, but I don't think it's something you should be up in arms about. And plus, like I stated before, just to kind of end off the video, there's a lot of good games out there right now. I'll be honest with you. If you want to do a little space exploration, you got Starfield. If you want to, play a really good game with a lot of good choices, you got Baldur's Gate 3. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3. By the way, this is kind of like the end of the video. I'm just going to kind of ramble for a little bit, so if you just came here for Bannerlord news, well, you know what I mean? This is the end of the video for you. Hopefully you enjoyed. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. But now, Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. I know it has what's the word for it? Like turn-based combat. And, I didn't think I was going to like it, but the amount of, decisions and stuff you can make, it's so good. It is so good. Oh, my goodness. Let me know what you guys play. For people who stick all the way to the end of the video, what are you guys playing right now? I know, obviously, a lot of you guys play Bannerlord, obviously. You know what I mean? I've taken just a little bit of a break ever since Baldur's Gate 3 came out. I've been playing Baldur's Gate. I've been playing Starfield when it came out. Starfield, like I said, it's kind of mid. Not going to lie to you. It's not great. It's kind of boring. The conversations, going from Baldur's Gate 3 conversations to Starfield conversations, I'll be honest with you, half of the time I'm in there just like literally snoring. I don't know. I don't even know what the main quest in Starfield is anymore because it's just like, dog, this right here, I'm sleeping. Every time someone talks, I'm just like this. Every time someone talks, I can't help it. I'm out here asleep. But what kind of games do you guys play? What are you guys playing? What are you guys enjoying? You know what I mean? What's going on? But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. And yeah, a lot more content coming up. If you didn't know, I have a second channel, by the way. I post a lot of content on there now, from Baldur's Gate 3 and also Starfield. And then I occasionally post content on this main channel that you are listening to right now of the same games. But yeah, if you do want more content, there's a second channel. It's pretty much linked like everywhere in the description, on my channel, all that stuff. So if you want to go check it out, go check it out. I appreciate all the support. But that will do it for me. That is your Bannerlord update. And yeah, hopefully we get it soon. And whenever more news comes out, you know I will have it for you. Alrighty, boys. I will see you in the next one.